Hey guys, it's Scott with Scottie B Cards, and in this video I want to talk all about Shohei Ohtani rookie cards. Shohei Ohtani. We all know in the hobby right now, he's one of the hottest players, if not the hottest player. His cards are going for a fortune for good reason, as we're seeing the two-way phenomenon just be a two-way phenomenon. So it's great to see collectors going after a worldwide iconic figure like Ohtani himself. But are his cards a good buy right now? Are they overpriced? What cards to target? Which one's the best? We're going to discuss all of that in this video. The very first thing I want to do is go over some stats very quickly. This will not be a stat-heavy video. There's so much you could break down with Ohtani. I don't want to do that. But I want to show some things. This last year, he had 9.6 WAR, which is crazy. That's really, really good. His OPS plus is a 139 for his career, 145 last year. You can see he did not have a great start to his career. He won Rookie of the Year, but it wasn't like the Ohtani we see today as a dual threat. He had a great 151 OPS plus, but then that dropped off. He had to have Tommy John surgery and so forth. But then we also see him emerge as a dominant starting pitcher. He had an OPS plus last year of 145 and an ERA plus last year of 172. Both of those stats take league average at 100, the average ERA and the average OPS, and it says how much better you are than league average at that specific stat. On top of that, he had a 2.33 ERA and he had 34 home runs. It's impressive how good he was. So that's all I want to show in this slide. I want to show percentile rankings. Red is good. Red means he's in the top percentage in Major League Baseball. As a hitter, he has the highest max exit velocity in all of Major League Baseball, and he's 95th or higher in essentially every single hard hit type category, and expecting batting average, he's really close as well. Sprint speed is 75th percentile, meaning he's in the top 25% of quick players in Major League Baseball. And you'll see for pitching, he has a lot of red as well. That's all the stats I'll show. He is really good for a really real reason. It's not a fluke. We saw it 2 years in a row. I was concerned that this last year, when he won the MVP, that might have been just his peak season, followed it up in 2022 and proved everybody wrong, including me. I wasn't doubting him, but I wanted to see it again. Then there's the 3-year projections. Right here shows his pitching, and right here shows his hitting projections. I tallied up the WAR per year down here, so he's going to be worth projected by Fangraphs and Zips 7.5 WAR in 2023, 7.1 WAR in 2024, and 6.6 WAR in 2025. That will give him 46 WAR for his career by age 30, which is good. That's really good to be there at age 30, and that's assuming he doesn't have another 10 WAR season or 2 10 WAR seasons like he's had the last 2 years. So let's talk about his rookie cards and why they can be confusing. Topps Flagship. Historically, there's one Flagship rookie card that's in Topps Series 1, Topps Series 2, and Topps Update, and then there's usually a Chromium version in Topps Chrome, and then sometimes a premium version in Topps Chrome Sapphire. He has multiple Flagship images, one in Topps Series 2 and one in Topps Update. This is a problem because it hasn't really happened before. Sometimes we will see a player have a Series 1 rookie like we see with Randy Arozarena with the Cardinals, and then an Update rookie with the Rays because he played for 2 teams that year. That makes sense. Ohtani didn't, but he still had 2 Flagship rookies, which makes it all sorts of confusing because each of those Flagship rookies also has Chromium cards. He's in a lot of sets, tons of sets, because they knew he was going to be the hot player. He was in Derived Product, just like Wander Franco. This year, he was the big chase in 2018. And it's a high pop year, meaning there's just a lot of these cards out there for the base cards and the lesser rare cards. So it's a little bit tougher to identify what cards are going to have good long-term staying power in the hobby, because the base cards, there's a ton of them across tons of different sets, but even the rare cards, there's a ton of rare cards across all different sets when added together. So it makes you wonder, what's the right cards to target? But before we get there, why is Ohtani so collectible? He is a unicorn. We've not seen anybody like him aside from Babe Ruth, and Babe Ruth only did it for about 2 years, and it wasn't to the same level at the time as Ohtani's doing now. And on top of that, Ohtani's going to be doing it for at least the next 3, 4, 5 years before he eventually maybe goes to one as just a DH and a relief pitcher, or he just goes to a straight up starting pitcher. Who knows what he'll do? Hitting's probably easier in the long term for him, but it's hard to say. He is a world famous athlete. Baseball does not have many world famous athletes, and because of that, that's good for his cards in the international market. Japan is going to be huge to drive his cards because they like to collect their national superstar and hero, and that's fantastic. He is very likable. He's a good guy. At least that's what it seems like, of course. That's his image. He seems like he's just all about business and baseball, and people like that. He is unique, not just in the sense where he's a unicorn and the baseball talent. All of it together is unique. It's just somebody we haven't seen as a person and a player combined, on top of the fact he can pitch and hit. He's just very good. He does not need longevity as much as other players. This is huge for Hall of Fame odds. He doesn't need it as much. He only needs 2 or 3 more good dominant years to show show his staying power in the hobby, and that's why Ohtani is more unique as well. So let's talk about the different flagship images. Here is Topps Series 2, here is Topps Update. In a vacuum, if it was just those two cards, it's confusing, but let's make it more confusing. In Topps Series 2, he had a short print, an image variation. He also had a super short print right here. In Topps Update, he had a short print, a super short print, and a super short print. And so he has a bunch of different short prints from flagship releases. Usually if there was just one set with multiple short prints, there's a hierarchy you can follow, but it gets more confusing because in each of the flagship sets, there's multiple. So it can get really confusing really quickly. These are those images and what you can look for. Topps Chrome versus Topps Chrome Update. He has a Topps Chrome that matches his Topps Series 2, and he has a Topps Chrome Update that matches his Topps Update. Makes sense. In Topps Chrome, he also has a short print and image variation that I think is a really great card, and it's not as expensive as I thought. Hold up, it's still like $1,500, but I mean, it wasn't $5,000 like I kind of expected it to be. And then he also has a Topps Chrome Sapphire. I believe there's like 280 to 290 of these made, so really short printed as well. I love that only one Topps Chrome Sapphire rookie. We're seeing with Julio Rodriguez, he has multiple, and every player moving forward will probably have multiple, but we're actually seeing Ohtani just had the one that matches his, in my opinion, his true first flagship rookie, his Topps Series 2 rookie card. That is my stance on this issue. I would rather have a very nice parallel in the Topps Series 2 image myself. For the short prints, that's a different story because the super short print update is really cool. But again, between these two cards, I'd rather have a black parallel in Series 2 versus Topps Update. In Topps Chrome Update, there's no short prints. All you have is the base, and then you have his rookie debut. The rookie debut actually goes for a ton as well to make it even more confusing because it's his only flagship card that shows him as a hitter that's widely available. And people like to think of Ohtani not just as a pitcher. It's interesting. If they would have done Ohtani as a pitcher in Series 2 and Ohtani as a hitter and update, I'd have been cool with that because that's fun, right? Like a pitcher and a hitter, that'd be cool. But where they have him as a hitter here, it just makes it confusing. There's a Topps Chrome rookie autograph, there's a Topps Chrome Update rookie autograph, and there's a Topps Chrome Sapphire rookie autograph. The Topps Chrome Sapphire rookie autograph goes for a ton. A lot of times they're, I think, $10,000 or more. The Topps Chrome base, it's a lot more common, and the Topps Chrome Update is a sticker, so that's usually third place. But either way, I think this is a beautiful card if you ever could afford one. I think it's a great long-term card. And then the Topps Chrome rookie autograph, I just don't love the image personally. Some people like the zoomed up shot. I don't. I like the action image like this one over here. There's other flagship image variations. I just want to show you, these are all basically flagship cards so far. Topps Series 1, Topps Series 2, Topps Chrome Update, Topps Chrome Sapphire. And this is why it's confusing because there's so many. This is his complete set image variation. That's in every, well, some complete sets. This is his complete set Topps Chrome variation. And this is his complete set Topps Chrome Relic card. So these are in different sets and it just makes it confusing. Overall, there's 15 base images across various flagship sets, and 7 of these have full rainbows, meaning that there's parallels of 7 of them. Obviously, short prints and image variations, those do not have parallels. But for the Series 2, like you see here, this has a parallel, this has a parallel, this has a parallel, and these all have parallels. So you get the idea. I don't know about these ones. I don't believe they do. But overall, 7 of them have full rainbows, and meaning there's just a lot of different, really great cards to go after when usually there's only a base card and a Topps Chrome card. And that's why it's more confusing with Ohtani. But like I mentioned, the most consistently used image is in Topps Series 2. It released first. That's what I like better myself. So now let's talk about Bowman Chrome autographs. It did not get any more clear with Bowman Chrome autographs because he has a Bowman autograph. This is from the Bowman set. Still, it's a Bowman Chrome autograph. It's a rookie autograph with him pitching, and a Bowman Chrome autograph and Bowman Chrome later that became him hitting. I like that they're doing different things in each image. This makes me less annoyed than the flagship situation. But overall, this one came out first. This one came out later. So some people like this, but some people like the hitting stance. If I had to pick, I'd probably like the hitting stance better because we like hitting imagery better than pitching imagery in the hobby. One interesting note is this does not have a chromium card. It is the Bowman paper and then the Bowman Chrome autograph. That's all you can get. And then this Bowman Chrome card doesn't have a Bowman paper version. It's just the Bowman Chrome and then the Bowman Chrome autograph version. And then there's also a Bowman Chrome first kind of. In 2017, that's when the last World Baseball Classic was. The one in 2020 was canceled due to the thing that happened. I don't know if I can get demonetized for that still, but just to be safe. The Bowman Chrome first, this is an interesting card because it doesn't have a first logo, but this is his first Topps professional card. He had other rookies from like 2013 in Japan. Those are more niche. I think they're great. I'm not going to discuss them in this video, but if you like those cards, totally get why. But overall, this was his first Topps card for him pitching in the World Baseball Classic, even though he actually didn't pitch, but that was released only in mega boxes available at Target. These are very hard to find and very expensive, and I think they're really cool, and it's a unique take on him in the Japanese uniform, which Japanese collectors might like, and it is more rare. Real one autographs, to make it even more confusing, usually a player has one real one autograph. Ohtani, let's give him 2. one in Heritage, where he didn't even have a rookie, and one in Heritage High Number, where he did have a base rookie. But you can see the red ink and the base for each. This is regular Heritage, this is Heritage High Number. Here are my personal favorites. Do what you will with these cards. Out of all the rookie autographs, everything, these are the ones I like. Dynasty is a great set. Topps Chrome Sapphire, the base card, is one of my favorites. Bowman Chrome autographs, either the hitting or the pitching, are great. Bowman Chrome refractors, like this rookie card in a parallel, I think is really cool. The real one autographs are great. The 2017 Japan pitching card is great. Parallels of the Topps Chrome, not the Topps Chrome update. And then Topps Chrome image variation, I love that. Not the complete set, but the actual Topps Chrome. It gets so confusing, but you can look at this and figure out what I like. So, is now the time to buy Ohtani? The hobby runs on hype. We know this. The hobby is huge on who's in the moment, who is hot. Let's all buy that card. And for that purpose, when something is hot, it is risky, because if Ohtani comes out, has a slow start, or he underperforms, or he actually gets hurt, there's going to be a big drop from where it's at right now because it's being built up. At the same time, the hobby works on hype. So if he can come out hot, that's only going to push him up higher. So it's the risk reward you have to take with sports card collecting. And like I mentioned, if you buy now, there's real risk because he could drop. Every single player could drop if they get hurt and they're not performing. That's just, what have you done for me now? What have you done for me lately is very big in modern sports card investing. Know what time frame you're buying. If you're just buying for the season for a flip, it makes more sense to buy right now. If you're buying for the long run, it might be smarter to wait than to buy right now because he's at his highest point ever in his card value history, and it can get confusing. I personally have 0 Ohtani rookie cards, not because I don't like him, but because they're really expensive, and for me, there's a lot of risk involved. So I have 0 right now. It does not mean I don't like him. It's just not where I'm at my collecting journey. And then there's also a thing called loss aversion. So I want you to pay attention to this. Over here, you'll see losing $10 feels significantly worse than winning $10. It's just the way that we feel. So if you were to have $10 stolen from you, you'd be really annoyed. But if I gave you $10, it'd be great. Or if you want to amplify that, if you won $1,000, you're really excited. But if you lose $1,000, you're pissed. If you get scammed out of that, it's just how it works with loss aversion. And so it's easy for us to feel that with sports cards. On top of that, non-buyer's remorse. We know what buyer's remorse is. You buy the item and you aren't going to like the item. And so you are like, oh, why did I buy this? But non-buyer's remorse is what a lot of people are feeling right now, which drives hype, which is I didn't buy it when it was cheap down here. And because of that, I need to buy it up at the top. And when you do that, it can lead to some really impractical purchase decisions, which can lead you to lose money. So you can see right here, this was the best time to buy Ohtani ever. Same thing with Mike Trout. Obviously, when they were first in the league, it makes sense, but we're seeing it go up and up and up. And so if he continues to play well, it will still keep going up. So now might be a good time to buy. But like we saw with Trout, it doesn't always go up forever. It sometimes tapers off. And we haven't seen that with Ohtani yet. And like I already mentioned, the hobby is what have you done for me lately? So just be aware of that. If he slows down, his cards will slow down. So to summarize, should you buy Ohtani cards? If you have the budget and you like him and you want to collect him and you believe in him, yeah, go for it. For sure, have fun in the sports card world. It's not all about just making money necessarily. If you are not a huge Ohtani fan or if you're more risk averse, he's not necessarily the best purchase right now because there's a lot of risk with his cards, but the reward is really, really big. That's the joys of a Shohei Ohtani, the first of his kind unicorn. And overall, if he can continue just 2 or 3 more years, he could have a very serious place in baseball history. So with that, thank you for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you believe in Ohtani rookie cards, if you're buying, selling, and other than that, I will see you in the next video.